you're doing it right. Yes, you are doing it right. I wanted to make this video because I see so many videos on YouTube geared for guitar players that try to reel us in by telling us the things that we are doing wrong. You're holding your pick wrong. You're playing the wrong guitar, or maybe you're playing the right guitar, but you've got the wrong strings on it or the wrong pickups. You're using the wrong pedals, or maybe you're using the right pedals, but you're stacking them wrong, or whatever. You're playing the wrong scales over the chords, or maybe you're just playing the wrong chords altogether. Whatever it is, you know what I'm talking about. You're on YouTube right now looking at guitar videos. You're a curious person. You're trying to improve your musicianship. That's a good impulse. I want you to follow that. But what I don't want to see is guitar players getting wound up by fear, so that when you're in your practice room, you just have this fear energy around your practicing, or when you're shopping for new gear, you're just in a cold sweat about the things that you don't have, that you need to have. Or when you're on stage, all of these places are places where on stage you want to be relaxed and present. Shopping for gear, you want to be really mindful of, like, what do I really need. When you're in your practice room, you want to make the most of the time that you have. And I think, yes, of course, there are things that we need to work on, that we need to improve. But it's not a bad idea to play to your strengths. That's the point of this video. I want you to take stock of the things that you are doing right. And I want you to make a list, a real list. If you're a pen and paper person like I am, you can put it on paper or in a notebook. If you're more likely to use a notes app in your phone, that's fine. It really doesn't matter where you keep this list, as long as it's a real list. Don't try to just keep it in your head, but have it someplace that you can go back and look at it on those days when you're feeling not so hot about yourself or about your place in music. And remind yourself of the things that you are doing that are right. Maybe you've just got a really naturally good sound on the guitar, regardless of what gear you're using. When you play the guitar, it sounds good. Maybe you've got a great rhythm feel, so that when you get together with your friends to play, when you play rhythm guitar, it just makes everybody else sound good and feel good. Maybe you're somebody who shows up early to rehearsal, and that might not seem like a big thing if you're worried about shredding or stacking your overdrives or whatever. But I can tell you, as a touring musician, the people that show up early, that's really valuable. You don't want to be the person that's holding up the rehearsal, or stressing out the band leader because you're not at the airport when you're supposed to be, or any of that stuff. So being on time, yes, write that down. That's an important thing. Maybe you're the person that knows the music. You show up at the rehearsal and you've already memorized the music. You're not worried about charts. I see people show up at a rehearsal and they're just kind of barely hanging on because they didn't do the homework, even though they had plenty of advanced time to do that. Maybe you're good at singing background vocals. Not every musician is good at that. Maybe you're so good at it, not only can you sing your part, but you can help the other musicians find a part that works for them and just makes the whole band sound incredible. There's lots more things that you may be doing right. I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be. You get the idea. Pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Work on the things that do need work, but don't beat yourself up, and remind yourself from time to time of the things that you are doing that are right. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like it and hit that subscribe button. It really helps this channel to grow. I've got a pretty big year coming up. I've got a record of my own that's coming out, and another record that I made with Rich Hinman that's going to be coming out later this year. I'm going to be doing some touring. I've got a book coming out, and so on. If you want to know all about that stuff, you can check out my website. There's a link down below, adamlevy.com. You can also sign up for my newsletter. I send out a weekly newsletter. It's not spammy. It's short and sweet, tells you what I'm up to. Usually includes some recommended listening, some stuff I've been listening to or enjoying on YouTube, and so on. So do that. And in the meantime, stay tuned and take good care. Guitar tips, guitar tips, just the tips, just for you. Guitar tips.